This week on the podcast we have
Comixology Unlimited and Lockdown.
Gundam and Warhammer.
Doom and DC Rebirth.
A game I actually like, and Destiny Raid Night.
What's this? A game George likes? Find out what it is on the official Team DBAH Podcast number 142. Come join us, why don't you? Hello and welcome to the official Team DBAH Podcast number 142. I'm Charlie Danes32, and with us tonight we have Craig.
Hello.
We have Trevor.
Hello.
And we have the wolf boy himself, George.
Hey, everybody.
Isn't this nice? We have a nice little. We have our George back.
Yeah, it's been too long.
I've missed you, George. And that's real talk. Real talk, man.
Aww.
I mean, we basically, we're making a series together in Battleborn and everything that just debuted this week, but,
which was
still.
awesome, by the way. Go ahead and check it out, guys.
Please do. YouTube.com/TeamDBAH. Please check it out. It's got one of the best intros ever. I think you guys will enjoy it. So, to start things out, I just want to say, I'm about to say a major spoiler that happened this week in comic books that has sort of rattled a lot of people and sent the bullshit meter far into the stratosphere and proves my point once again that the big two have no respect for their characters. Now, I'm not going to say anything about DC this week, because DC just relaunched DC Universe Rebirth, and that was actually pretty good. If you want to find out, like, a really good spoiler-free review of it, check out teamdbah.com, because it's on the poll list this week. But Jake did a pretty damn good review of it, and he really enjoyed it. We're not going to talk about the twist at the end of that one, because that's a pretty awesome one. We're going to be talking about the bullshit that's lighted up Twitter, that's lit up the sky, that sent every Marvel fanboy into a freaking tizzy, because Steve Rogers, Captain America, just debuted this week. And it turns out that Steve Rogers, Captain America, this Captain America who was shown punching Hitler in the face way back in like his early comics, and was Mr. Captain America all through this time, and, just all-American good guy, and, you shot him, but still didn't keep him down. He came back from whatever the hell dimension he was in, and he just came back and rootin' tootin'. He lost his abilities, he came back with his abilities, all this happiness and horseshit, and then, at the closing of this comic book this week, he says the two big words you say if you're a bona fide bad guy in the Marvel Universe: Hail Hydra.
What?
Yes, it would seem that Steve Rogers is a sleeper Hydra agent, thusly making Captain America the Marvel equivalent of a Nazi. Thoughts, boys?
This is
Confusing?
what? Confusing, and what the hell, Marvel?
Right?
When did this happen?
Today. Today.
But
Yeah,
I know.
Normally,
but,
I like
like,
to.
how do they justify it? That's the question I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's
It's,
some kind of plot twist later where he's a double, triple agent, maybe? Something?
Maybe he's a triple-double.
Maybe. You can just order him right off the Wendy's menu.
Yeah. I hope so. Maybe it's just to lure people into a trap, like, I'm gonna catch you once and for all, Red Skull, so I'm gonna pretend we're one of your sleeper agents that you didn't know about this entire time. Groovy.
It makes no
So,
sense.
no sense. No sense whatsoever. And I just, yeah. I saw that on the feed, and Jake took it pretty hard. It would appear he quit the pull list and burnt his house down.
Oh no.
But I told him that it's that he can't quit the pull list, so he's essentially doing the pull list now, probably from a refrigerator box. I'm not entirely certain, but rip Jake's house. But yeah. But thankfully, another comic book that is happening, DC Rebirth, has also hit today, and it's making a lot of waves and satisfying and making a lot of people very, very happy. Like, there's a lot of good stuff happening on DC Rebirth, so maybe the pendulum's going to swing back, and maybe one of the big two will actually get it and do something for their fans, as opposed to just polarizing them.
You never know.
Yeah.
This
So.
new DC Comics, is this like redo?
Essentially, yes. It's yet again.
The New 52 never happened.
Oh no, it happened. It's just that apparently there's a character who's seen all this happening and can pop into this reality from time to time, and is trying to kind of but a very fast watcher, and able to pop into continuity from different eras. And essentially this one character realizes that everyone after Flashpoint, there were 10 years missing. 10 years from the lives of everyone that no one can remember. But this guy does remember. So he's been trying to pull people in, and people start remembering different things, and I'm not going to spoil anything about the ending, but it's really something they haven't tried before, and I applaud that. So yeah. It's, they're doing something right. It could fall flat on its face. I would not put it past DC or Marvel, because, like I said, the big two do have no respect for their characters, and this is why I don't read Marvel or DC anymore. But who knows? This could fall flat on its face. This could, be really good. But we'll see.
Oh, interesting. Actually, that'll give me a reason to use my new Comixology subscription that I got for free.
What?
Comixology, like what Marvel and DC have been doing, where you can subscribe to them per month in the app, and then read whatever comics you want. Comixology with Amazon now has started doing it, so I got an email saying, "Hey, try it free for 7 days." And then I got another email saying, "Hey, here's another 30 days for free."
Shit.
So I'll have to see some things I've missed that I haven't bought.
Excellent.
So if you have a Comixology account, I would check your email. Or you can combine it with Amazon, and then it's all in one, like with what they did with Audible.
Yeah, I actually used my Comixology app. Actually, no, the DC app. A couple days ago, because I downloaded the final issue of Superman American Alien.
Oh,
and
how was it?
Oh, just so good. So good. It's of course the final chapter in American Alien, which was written, of course, by national treasure of Team DBAH, Max Landis, and it involved a just starting out Superman and a fight with the main man himself, Lobo.
Oh.
And we're not talking about revamped Lobo, and we're not talking about Omega Man 2, like his first appearances in Justice League America Lobo. We're talking about Simon Bisley, Keith Giffen, main man Lobo. Mr. Muscles bulging out everywhere, Mr. I have a chain with a hook on me at all times because it's my fashion accessory and it helps me kill people. Floating bicycle, badass Lobo. So it's the best Lobo that was ever written, genre-wise, and a starting out Superman meeting the two forces meeting for the first time, and maybe there's a little friction there. So it was a hell of a way to end the series, and it was just fantastic. I have to say that this series gives me hope that DC or Marvel might pull their heads out of their ass and start like bringing in talent that really knows how to tell a story. But yeah, if you haven't read American Alien yet, go buy it at a brick and mortar store, buy it digitally. Just go read it, because it's really great. So
Good to know.
Well, I know what's going to be my first purchase on Comixology.
yeah,
The entire
it's,
American Alien series. Ugh,
Yeah.
jobs.
it's 7 issues, just pure freaking gold. But yeah, did they say how long the promotion was going on for their Comixology subscription?
My initial email said 7 days, and then after I signed up, I got another one saying when you log in, like, hey, here's another 30 days. So I'm not sure if that's because I've combined it with Amazon or not, but
Interesting. But, I saw that young Trevor was showcasing something on Twitter this week.
oh,
Indeed, I was.
What did you showcase there, guy?
Master Grade RX0.
Really? Is that the unicorn?
It is.
Excellent. How long did it take you to finish this one?
Too long.
Was this your first master grade that you did, or?
Yeah, the first true master.
That was master grades. I remember them well. And
level 470, 3 seconds.
that was just a crazy and so misleading campaign.
It really was.
It's like, level 10, 5 minutes. I'm like, really? Like, I could build these things in my sleep, and it doesn't take me 10 minutes to do anything with these. It takes me 10 minutes to maybe detail one single sheet of parts with a, like, detail marker. That's about it.
And I mean, I have some of the other things for it that I can use. I just kind of forgot how to use them, like the other decals that they have with it.
Decals?
Mm-hmm.
Noob. No. We, my cousin and I, would constantly try to one-up each other. So, if I use decals at mine, or if he used decals at his, if we were doing the same one, inevitably the other one would, like, paint the details on. So, and we, and I kind of felt bad for our friend Mike, because he started doing it with us, and he's just like, hey, I got it done, and we're, like, looking at it, and it's really well done, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good, and then we stopped, I'm like, is that, what's up with the eyes there? It's like, well, what's the matter? I'm like, is that it? Did you put stickers on? And he's like, well, yeah, for the eyes. It has it right here on the sheet. I'm like, take the head apart. And then, so we basically showed him how to paint the eyes on that small ass piece on the Gundams. It could have been Mike. It could have been somebody else. But I do remember we pantsed somebody. Maybe it wasn't Mike. Mike, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
That sounds pretty hardcore.
Yeah, we took. I mean, my cousin Tony went out to IKEA and got like glass display cases for the Gundams he made. It was the hype was real.
Wait, IKEA has glass?
Yeah. It looked like a stacked Minecraft cube actually, because there was like, it was a standing rectangle, and then the little squares where you could put the things on for shelves, and yeah, it was a display case. It was nice too. Had a door and everything, lighted.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. It was he took his Gundam making very seriously.
I'm just happy though because I have a cage.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw that. It's the maintenance cage, right?
Yeah.
See, they didn't sell those on anything less than perfect grades for the longest time. And then I see a lot of the models nowadays, like almost all the Master Graves has like cages and like stand-up frames and everything like that. Like, I think the first time I saw anything like that was they had was a Freedom Gundam I built, and the stand that was the lift for him essentially was the launch pad.
Oh.
So like it had because basically if a Gundam's being launched by a mobile station in space, they stand on these like two things, so it looks like they're like professional skiers, and they catapult you out. And essentially it was that, but it had like a frame coming up from it, so that it gave the illusion that the Gundam was actually flying.
Ah.
So, yeah, I have a samurai one upstairs that I haven't finished.
How big is it?
It's typical master grade size, so I'd say 7 to 8 inches roughly. That's how tall your Unicorn Gundam is, right?
It depends. Because it gets taller.
Well, doesn't matter like how you're holding it,
or no. If it goes into the destroy mode, it gets taller.
Oh, well, that's what you call it. I see. Huh. Kids these days, am I right? Wow.
Well, that got awkward.
Yep.
That just, well, we're not going to talk about Gundams anymore because that's just this is a family-friendly podcast. Shit's sake. George,
Yes, sir.
are you enjoying the Battleborn with us?
I'm enjoying it greatly, and to be honest, I am glad to say that it is a game I definitively enjoy. No jokes, no nothing, just me being happy with the controller in hand, legitimately enjoying a game. As rare as that ever tends to be.
Now, what makes this game stand out to you the most, would you say?
Honestly, I just love the fact that the characters have a life of their own. And basically, the campaign is something that just tickles my funny bone every step of the way. And I can't say that out of any of the missions that I've played that there was ever a moment I didn't think that, well, this is boring. This is predictable. Something just magically happens right there. The antagonist is antagonizing you, and then something happens where he's pretty much off somewhere, and you can still hear him on the mic going, "Are you effing crazy? What's going on?" It's just so funny. I love it. It's cartoon characters living out like a real life situation when things don't go out as perfect as you want it, and it just comes out so hilariously. I love it.
I think another big appeal to to it and stuff, other than the really impeccable writing that they have on it, is that you can play the same mission and you won't hear the same dialogue.
Oh yeah. To
Like
be honest, I was caught off guard by like how varied the actual dialogue between the characters really were.
I mean, there's just some things that like you're going through and it just switches up the dialogue on the entire thing, and sometimes it makes things even funnier. Like for some strange reason, you're in this bad guy base, and there are two giant arms, like arms, with like 5-fingered hands, arms, like giant, coming from either side of the either side of the like facility. And at first you don't even see them. So many enemies are going on at the same time, you don't really see them. We played it the first time, we went through it, whatever. We played it the third time, and all out of nowhere, this character Galt is just talking about the facility itself. Like, yeah, it's a robot facility, so they gotta have two giant arms because, I mean, it's a robot facility. They gotta, and sometimes they fist bump. Oh, wait, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. And if you look up, these two arms just go to the center, and they actually fist bump above the arena for no reason, other than the fact of, like, yeah, you got a robot facility, it's not gonna fist bump, come on. And, like, I looked at one side, and another time we were playing it, and one has a thumbs up, one has finger pistols. It's something just like if you play different characters, depending on the characters you bring on a mission, you won't hear the same dialogue you did before, or sometimes there will be new, depending on how all the characters interact. It's great. The writing is just so solid on it, and like I know this is from the same people who did Borderlands. I've come to peace with that. But as much as I didn't like Borderlands, I do like Battleborn. And I think it's just because there's just so many different characters. It's so colorful, and it's just really, they put everything in the game that you need to know. And it's fun. It's just really fun to play. I also, what do you think, George, about the different like MOBA aspects of it, with the the leveling up on the fly as opposed to a set character that you level up through the whole thing?
To be honest, I'm actually forced to think about how I want to build the character without feeling like I'm being taken away from the action itself, and that's something that I tend to pretty much dislike about MOBAs like Smite, or for the one rare stint that I actually did do League of Legends, because never again. Basically, Battleborn just keeps the shooter element of it, and it kind of feels like the same type of shooter-heavy kind of thing like Destiny does, but instead of doing what Destiny did and just making a shooter with RPG elements into it, they actually made a MOBA that takes anyone who's familiar with the two triggers and control sticks and be able to focus and think about how they're actually going to play. And it doesn't feel unnatural. It doesn't feel, vexing. You don't have to put too much thought. It just gives you two options to start with. And as you start leveling up and become more familiar with the character, a third option pops up because the character evolves along with you. So it's something that I actually feel like I'm growing with the character as I go forward, and I tend to like that a lot.
Yeah, I absolutely. I mean, the mutagens that do unlock, I absolutely adore them, because I play Oscar Mike all the time, and he's a basic, it's about as basic as it comes, just shooter guy. He has an orbital strike for his final move that you unlock on level 10. There's a mutagen, which is basically a modifier to each of the strands that you can upgrade, and essentially you call down the airstrike, but you call it down on your location. So it's, as opposed to like just assigning an area, I am a very aggressive player when it comes to stuff like this. It's perfectly suited to me because I like to run into the middle of things, and to have to run into a bunch of enemies and have missiles coming down on my location that's blowing everything up around me, it's just so awesome. It's just, and I actually asked everybody, I'm like, does it look as awesome as it feels right now? It's like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep, I definitely love that clip.
Craig, you had the opportunity to play with us last week. How did you enjoy it?
It was fun. It was pretty enjoyable actually.
Yeah, it's
I played the demo of it, so in that first time I played a demo, I was kind of like, eh. But after playing last week, it was pretty fun. A little disconcerting that the collector's edition is already $40 on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Not sure if that was to combat...
There's a collector's edition?
The like special deluxe digital edition. It's on Amazon. It was original price is $79. Now it's $39.
Well, that must come with the season pass and everything.
Yeah, season pass, the game season pass, and I think a couple unlocks.
Interesting.
But I don't know if that was like an Amazon promo or if that was because Overwatch came out. So I don't know if it was them just trying to like compete a little bit more. I'm not really sure.
I got the feeling it's really just to stay relevant views of gamers who are perusing that type of genre. So I think mainly that's the reason.
Yeah. And of course, I do think that Overwatch definitely has something to do with it. As much as it's a different animal, whereas Overwatch is a lot more of a Team Fortress style, shooter. There's not really a story to it. At the same time, okay, it's a Blizzard product.
I say at the same time, there's a lot of story. He's gonna find it.
And it's a Blizzard product. Blizzard, if they're known for anything on this earth, they make solid, fun-to-play games. Whether you're the MOBA guy, whether you're World of Warcraft, whether you're Diablo, whether you're, they do Dota too, right?
StarCraft.
Heroes of the Storm.
StarCraft.
It's a MOBA. Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm, it's a MOBA.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Dota
right.
was a mod
Thank you,
for
man.
Warcraft long ago that became its own thing.
Hearthstone, they make games that are designed to be just fun to play. And as much as when I played the beta of Overwatch, I was just like, it's just a team-based shooter, whatever. When you actually look at Overwatch, it's a lot more than that. It's, strategies. It's, you watch the shorts that they put out, and it's basically Blizzard making a Pixar film. It's accessible to a lot of people because it's not as gritty as, say, your Call of Duties or your Battlefields or anything like that. It's just different, and as a cartoon come to life, that Battleborn is. This is also very cartoonish in nature as far as the character designs go. It's both of them are very fun. They just take fun in different ways. You could even play through Battleborn solo. I don't know why you would, because it's so enjoyable to have other people with you.
Yeah, I think that's what did it for me, because I honestly, when I was playing it, I had no idea what was going on in the demo. And after 30 minutes, I kind of completely lost interest. But then playing with you guys Friday, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty fun.
I think that's a big reason why I didn't get into the Borderlands games before I played with Zach, because to be honest, if you play Borderlands alone, you're not going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I totally agree with that.
And I'm having a blast playing with, because the team that we have, the ragtag team that we have assembled for the Battleborn series that we're doing, because we're doing it on the PlayStation 4, is Jake, George, Dave,
Hello.
and myself, and that George, and so the intro to the first one is just classic, because I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it's typical. That's all I'm really going to say. And speaking of Jake, the highest viewed video on the Team DBAH channel, youtube.com/Team DBAH, the Lord of the Rings video has been dethroned.
It has?
Because Monday Night DBAH Part 14 has surpassed it.
Wow.
And
That's pretty sweet.
It's the Royal Rumble. And
How many views?
it's at 65 right now.
Oh.
And that might not seem like much at all, but for one of our videos, that's astounding. So but at the end of the Royal Rumble, a special new character comes in, and I'm still not right in the mind after seeing it. It's sort of like staring into the void, and the darkness that comes into your soul. What happens? But because as you know, or may or may not know, that Monday Night DBAH basically is Jake has made Team DBAH into wrestling personalities, and they are pitted against, real life superstars, and there are storylines, there are rivalries, and every week, the rivalries go on, and this week happened to be Royal Rumble. And go watch the video. You'll be changed. It's Monday Night DBAH Part 14. You'll thank me and curse me for it later.
Change for the good or worse?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. But it's something.
Oh.
And to see, to see the work that Jake actually put into these characters. He's been very creative with all of them, so check it out. Check the series out. It's pretty good. We got a lot of good ones over there. I think The Witcher is finally coming to an end.
Now with the DLC coming out.
Okay. Blood and Wine. I want to play it so badly, but at the same time, I don't want to play it. Because number one, I have to play Hearts of Stone. And number two, it's going to be the last Witcher for a while. If at all. They don't know if they're going to make a fourth Witcher game.
Aren't they making that Cyberpunk 2077 game? Wasn't that them?
Yeah, they are making that one. So if they work on if CD Projekt Red works on another video game, it's going to be that, and they're not going to be working on another Witcher game for a long time, or if ever, and that's their words. And that saddens me, because Witcher 3, one of the most phenomenal games I've ever played. I loved it so much. But what about you guys? What are you guys playing? Craig, what are you playing lately?
Well, I was playing Battleborn with you guys last week. Still playing stupid Clash Royale as much as I love and hate it at the same time, and makes me want to smash my phone into a wall. Yeah, but I've been trying to play a little more Division, a little more Bloodborne. which surprisingly doesn't make me want to smash my phone as much as Clash Royale does.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you in Bloodborne?
It's dark. That's most of the game though.
Right. Yes.
I'm still not that far off from where I last was. Because you know how you get stuck and have to start from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So there's one. I haven't gotten past like one part in this area. It's where you go in and there's two crows to your right.
Mhm.
There's a thin bridge with one guy walking back and forth on it. The other side of the bridge is a guy with a gun, and then past him is a trap in trees. So if you step on it and don't jump out of the way, a log with spikes hit you.
Yes.
That part. And then if you go further down, there's a bunch of guys around
Fire.
some campfires. Yeah, them. There's guys throwing oil at you.
Oh yeah. And guys with
Yep.
torches.
Yep.
Who will in turn come up to you and smack you with said torches after
Yep.
oil has been put on you.
Yep.
That's a species spicy meatball right there.
That is.
I'll make you put fire on your face.
And I'm playing a little more Uncharted as well.
How are you enjoying Uncharted 4?
I'm enjoying it. I'm finally at the part where I start driving that Jeep.
Oh, nice. You know, if you go into the same place, I believe it's Monaco, and you go through the doors with Sully, and you stay there for 5 minutes, thusly replicating the E3 glitch, you get a trophy.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
I'll have to go back there.
there was when they were first showing off Uncharted 4 on E3, they were just showing the beautiful landscape of Monaco, and Sully and Drake walk through a door, and they're showing this beautiful city and this beautiful vista that they're on, and then, because of a controller glitch or a mishap, I guess the batteries died on the controller. Drake just stood there for about 5 minutes while they were trying to repair it, and they had to actually restart the whole demo. So, but yes, if you replicate that, you get a trophy.
That's pretty awesome.
But Trevor,
Yes.
what are you playing, guy?
A little bit more Dark Souls 3. Just killed the deacons.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're a fun boss because you can just cut through all of them.
Yeah. And then I'm playing Overwatch as well.
Enjoying
On
that?
what?
I am. PC. But I'm playing on PC, but I'm using a controller.
You're one of those people. Use controllers.
It just doesn't feel right playing shooters with a mouse, even though I do play some shooters with a mouse anyways.
Yeah, it's still easier for me to use a keyboard on a computer, unless I'm driving or flying.
Mhm.
Like in the Battlefield, trying to fly with a mouse and a keyboard is not good at all.
It's funny, because I play Arma with a mouse and keyboard.
Really?
Oh.
Mhm.
Like I can do helicopters, but jets, no,
Yeah.
does not work.
And then I'm also playing Warhammer Total War.
Oh. That came out?
It did. This past Tuesday.
How is
So-
that?
Smashing orcs.
Trying to kill some greenskins.
Hey.
That's actually what
Let's
they're
be a
called.
little more. Let's be a little more sensitive.
I'm just using the correct terms they use in the lore. Because I'm playing as some wonderful little dwarves,
Mhm.
trying to kick some orcs out of my mountain.
They don't belong in
Best
that
class
mountain.
ever.
That's their mountain. Those
Yes.
orcs are trying to take the mountain away
Mhm.
from you.
Yeah, it's my mountain.
But so the gameplay is nice and everything. What kind of gameplay is it for people unfamiliar with
With
Total War
the
games?
the way the Total War games are, it's a turn-based strategy and a real-time strategy. Turn-based
Okay.
is everything that's not outside of battle, so managing the cities, the whole empire, all of that. And then it's real-time strategy once you're in combat.
Okay. So sort of like Final Fantasy and Warcraft, or Final Fantasy and StarCraft having a baby.
Yeah.
Nice. Final Craft. I'm sorry. George,
Yes, sir.
what are you playing lately?
Well, the last long session that I've actually played was in Destiny with a ragtag group of D.B.A.H and a few wonderful friends of mine, and had a blast playing that. Trying to do the King's Fall raid for Jamie's achievement hunt.
It's so weird that the whole reason why he needs that achievement so much is because Dave has it.
Yeah,
Really?
I haven't tried to rationalize that yet, so...
Yeah. It was sort of like when, I guess, kind of, in a weird way, it was kind of like when you called me up and told me that you had a PS3 and you could play Metal Gear Solid 4. I needed a PS3 and I needed to play Metal Gear Solid 4. Unfortunately, that was an investment of money and just very shrewd and underhanded trade-in, just
you did it.
abusing the shit out of the system. But this just involves time, and I do have the entire platforming sections committed to video, so that might be showing up at some point.
Ah.
How long would you say it took us to do the ship part on that, George?
Reviewing the footage as I was going through what I captured on my end, that chunk took about, I'm trying to remember offhand, it's close to about 35 to 40 minutes?
Close to, yes. Yes, that was sad times for Team DBAH.
Hilarious
Sad
for everyone
times.
else.
But I have to give props to Dave. As much as everybody likes to give Dave shit about things, he was doing a pretty damn good job of leading that raid.
Yep, he definitely was.
He got us. Even I was not able to stay on, and I noticed you guys weren't on much longer after me. But he got us pretty far in that. He got us about halfway through, I'd say.
Yeah, we stopped short at just before going to Golgoroth, I think.
Yep. So good, you know. Big tip of the hat to Dave there. He did good. He did good. But yeah, that was, I hadn't played Destiny in a while, and that was pretty fun. I did get my I finally got my neon jeggings, so now I'm all lit up in blue, and I just look like something. I look like a warlock who came out of Tron. So
Nice.
yeah, but no, it was basically it was fun the other night. But not something I want to make a habit out of, mind you, because I'm allergic to Destiny. But
In small doses.
how's Team Dad Jokes going?
Everything's going great, believe it or not. We're actually on a decent track of getting our sessions recorded. We've only had, I want to say, 3 hiccups where one of our footage ended up getting choppy or Someone's audio got really, really bad.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We're talking about Dave's, right?
No, talking about my own.
I was trying to give you an out on that one.
Nah, I'll take my lumps as I get them. It's something I deserve, but still, it's coming on pretty darn well. A lot of fun revisiting a lot of these strikes that we've beaten before, but it's just really, really cool having the back and forth with, actual friends instead of just doing it with randoms from a matchmaking list.
Right. And of course, who was in Team Dad Jokes? For those who
Team
don't.
Dad Joke Strikeforce Go is comprised of Griever 2112 leading the charge, along with Trapdoor 6135 and Wolf Boy himself bringing on the rear.
That's him. Nice.
That's me.
Nice. Very cool. And so you guys record everything, and then you send it to James, and James does all the editing for it.
Yes, that he does. He imports all three of our files directly into a program that he's got called Lightworks, and he matches it up, and he pretty much has that quick cam ability that allows him to jump between the footage. Just has to make sure that the audio lines up just right, so that way all the timing and the pacing is dead on spot with what's being presented, and he does a fantastic job.
He really does.
Even with all the stuff that I do on my Elgato and such, I can't coordinate myself very well on that program, and he's dancing around that like he's been doing it for years.
Well, big shout out to James, and please make sure you check out Team Dad Jokes Strikeforce Go on youtube.com/Team DBAH. It comes out every Saturday. It's our Saturday morning cartoon, essentially. So
Best kind of cartoon.
Yeah, and pretty much because I know you guys are, the three of you guys are probably the most PG members of the group, I feel safe calling it the Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah.
I wear that badge with pride.
It took us roughly, I think, 3 seconds into Battleborn to start swearing, and as you may or may not know, 3 seconds is when I'm usually doing an intro, so that's a new record.
That was hilarious.
Kind of concerning.
Very well. There was good reason this time. Good reason.
Okay, just this time though.
Only this time is when I will justify it. But yeah. Yeah. Well, I myself have been playing a little game called Doom.
Oh, how are you liking it?
You know what? After I figured out how to play it, I'm liking it very much. This is not a story game. This is a blow things up game, and find.
So it's Doom.
Yes, and find little dolls game, and
You like that little doll.
I really do. I fist bump that little doll. And I love, however, whenever you find a classic room, or whenever you find the little doll, it plays the MIDI version of the Doom theme, like in the background. So that's
cool.
also very fun. But yeah, a lot of just beautiful blowing things up and jumping around and just destroying things. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Dave is actually going to be doing a series on it that will be debuting pretty soon. So a lot of new videos coming from Team. I think there might actually be a couple days where you're getting 2 videos a day. Yeah, it's getting all sorts of professional like. I'll get that. Hold on. So, but yeah, we're slowly moving up to 2 videos a day because so many people are creating so many awesome videos that it's becoming a wonderful problem, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I think that's a podcast, guys. I think we pretty much talked about everything that we talked about games.
We did.
Talked about stuff and things and stuff.
Talking about comics.
Talked about comic books.
Did.
Talked about kinda wrestling.
That's
This
right.
is a pop culture extravaganza.
That it was. That was.
I just made a weird gurgling noise with my throat.
I wasn't gonna call that out.
I don't think we could avoid that. I think that's the elephant in the room right now.
I have a quick question. Did you finish Lockdown?
No.
The 6th one came out today, right?
Yeah.
I just started actually listening to it. There was
From the
something
beginning
wrong
or
with
that
my
one?
app. What's that?
You're listening from the beginning or that episode?
No, from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
There was something wrong with my iTunes app, and it kept on playing only the first one that I had downloaded, which was the Prelude. And in part 1, I also call bullshit that they put the Prelude in. It's like
Yeah,
they
those first 20 minutes
advertise,
is that.
oh, it's a full hour or whatever, and the first 20 minutes was the 20 minutes they put out as a preload, and I'm like, fuck you guys.
Agreed.
And then I'm like, so when they finally got into it, I'm kind of really upset that Simeon is the voice of this because his voice annoys me so much. But I got to the end of the first episode right now, and I'm like, okay, I have to listen to the rest of this. What was it? Okay, so the final one came out today. What was your thoughts on it?
Yeah. I didn't listen to it yet. That's why I asked.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Yeah, no.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, which I know most of you do, We're Alive, the zombie podcast of survival, they came out with a new series. It's a mini-series, kind of a vignette, if you will. It's a 6-parter called We're Alive Lockdown. And it's involved around the Two Towers prison where Inc. Was being transferred the day of the outbreak. So it revolves around a new group of survivors within the prison trying to, get out, defend themselves, what have you. All new characters, and it's really good. You should definitely listen to it. What was your thoughts of the series as it's going on so far?
So far it's pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's high quality. You do have to be careful with the loud noises if you're putting the volume up to listen to people talk, and then all of a sudden there's, an explosion or gunshots or whatever.
Michael Swan warns you.
He does. That he does. While he's driving his car.
He's a crazy man,
He is.
and he needs to be stopped.
I don't think we can stop him.
We can only hope to contain him. He's going to show up around here one day. Michael Swan, he's just going to be like, hey, and we're going to be like, whoa, too cool for us, stop. So, big shout out to Michael Swan, man of action. But yeah, that's a good place to leave it, because and now we've talked about audio theater. We are proficient.
Mm-hmm.
All the bases
Yeah.
covered. They all belong to us.
They are. All of the bases belong to us. Absolutely right, George. Well, I want to give a big thank you to Craig for being here tonight. Thank you very much, man.
Oh, thank you for still being you.
I try. Big thank you to Trevor for coming on tonight. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Huge thank you, and welcome back to George. Good to hear from you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Of course, the people love hearing their beloved community manager. And of course, a giant thank you. You guys are just big thank yous. A giant thank you to Randall for putting music on this thing, for editing this thing, for making it possible for y'all to listen to this thing. So thank you very much, Randall. See that? Provides his own klaxon, too. It's pretty awesome.
He does everything himself.
He really does. He's awesome.
He is
And
an
of
artisan.
course, a big thank you to No Scope Classes, our beloved sponsor. If you really like gaming but really hate Eye Strain, you should go to noscopeglasses.com to get affordable, stylish gaming glasses. These are gaming glasses that won't break the bank, that come in various styles. They're recently, they're just advertised their Andromeda model, which looks like a pair of Wayfarers gaming glasses in there. In case you're a Boondock Saints hipster or Blues Brothers fan, it's for you. And of course, the golems that they have are another pair of awesome glasses. But yeah, they have various styles, various colors. They're really cool. Won't break the bank. Check them out. NoScopeGlasses.com, official sponsor of Team DBAH. You can, of course, find a link to their site if you head over to TeamDBAH.com and click on that banner. It would help us out, helps them out. Everybody's happy. Of course, while you're over at TeamDBAH.com, feast your eyes on all the content over there, people. We got, of course, links to the video that go up on YouTube.com/TeamDBAH. We have the podcast that comes out every Thursday with these guys right here, rotating cast of awesome people. Available on Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Player FM, and you can listen to it right there on the site. Of course, we got the pull list that comes out every Wednesday from Jake, where he tells you what comic books you should be reading for the week. And, of course, we just put it up this week, the monthly Loot Crate review from Jamie. Of course, aside from that, we got tons of reviews, picture galleries, everything. So go over there, check out TeamDBAH.com. Check out everything that is Team DBAH. Well, thank you very much, folks. This has been the official Team DBAH podcast number 142. I am Charlie Danger 82. Thank you very much. And please remember, don't be a hero. Good night.